Hello, welcome everybody for our webinar about Business Data Cloud. My name is Koen van der Wegen. I'm a partner at Flex Analytics, and I'm very happy that I have Stan de Bever here today from SAP, who is a regional Business Data Cloud expert. And let's say together with Stan, we will try to give some insights about what is Business Data Cloud, what does it mean for our customers, and yeah, let's say, besides also some pressing questions that our customers have, we will first start with an introduction about what is Business Data Cloud. Of course, we will tackle some questions, but if you have some more questions along our explanation, feel free to put them in the chat and we will, let's say, answer them after our presentation. And furthermore, the questions that will not be answered during the webinar will be answered later on, and we will share also all the questions and answers together with the recording with you. But maybe before we start with the introduction, Stan, you were already long time involved in the whole Business Data Cloud part. Now it's officially announced and released since 1 month. How did you, let's say, experience the last month? And what was the reaction of the customers that you were in contact with?
Well, last month has been truly crazy. I mean, the momentum is there around the data analytics, also from a strategic point of view from SAP. And I think with the leap that we are taking with the data platform, I'm very excited. I have now been in the data space for many years, and I think this is the most excited I have been about one of the data releases of SAP, actually.
Okay. Very good. Then I think it's time to maybe tell our customers something about, what is Business Data Cloud and also, what is the big difference with what was already there?
All right. So let us take us to a tour for Business Data Cloud. But first of all, I want to show you why data is so important for SAP. If we look at it from a strategic point of view, this year we truly want to bring applications, data, and AI together like we have done never before. And when we think about that data, when we think about SAP data, that's always a challenge, because even though, you know, our customers, they open an S/4HANA system, they open SuccessFactors, CX, name it, and what do they see? Dials, charts, KPIs. This is actually already data, but very business semantically rich data. Kind of, I compare it with a book. It's nicely combined in a book, so you can just take the book, read the story of the data. It's the same with the KPI. You just read the story, drill down to find out more. What we want to do with SAP is, across all these applications, bring all those books together in a library. If you go to a library, it doesn't matter what type you like. I don't know, your action, novel?
Rather a novel, yeah.
Novel. It doesn't matter. You can just go to the library, pick the books that you want, and start reading the story. The problem that we see, however, is that because of some lack of capabilities, especially in the AI and the machine learning, we see that customers are still too much focused on the technology itself when it comes to data. Taking extracts out of the data, how do we get SAP data into another system? I think very familiar for you as well.
Customers.
Exact. And the problem that we have is they underestimate how much time they spend. It's like ripping those pages out of those books, and then you have the copies of the data. You need to build your own data products with a gold, silver, bronze layer on top, logic. You need to make sure it's updated. The processing of it, it takes a lot of time, effort, which results in a lot of money. In Business Data Cloud, we want to truly change that, bringing all the SAP data in a harmonized way to the platform for whatever use case you have, whether it is analytics, AI, or machine learning. And that is why we did a collaboration together with Databricks. They are already an industry-leading data platform, and combining their capabilities with our mission-critical data is really taking the leap forward. But what gets me truly excited is, if you look at Business Data Cloud, it's a portfolio that is truly changing the way we look at data.
Okay.
And the biggest change is from a data warehouse perspective, where we were thinking about how do you connect, and you need to bother about, you have a typical connection there, you have an OData connection to that other source. We are now moving into a data lake kind of setup with data products. SAP is going to bring SAP managed data products across the line of businesses in a harmonized, semantically aligned way. This means that we don't only provide like the framework of the data, but also the data itself from the source system, giving you the best foundation to build further upon.
Yeah.
Well, the world is bigger than SAP, right, Koen?
Yeah.
So, of course, you will also be able to build your custom data products on non-SAP applications as well to make sure that you can combine SAP, non-SAP data in a semantically aligned way. And this is truly the foundation for if you want to do AI, if you want to do machine learning, if you want to do analytics, or get immediate value outside the box. And that last part, that's very important for us as well. Today, data analytics is mostly located around the office of the CIO. How do you connect? How do you build dashboards? We want to make sure that everyone in the business suite can get immediate value out of that data. And the way we want to do that is with pre-built inside apps. Today, any type of user will be able to log into the platform and see if there's already an analytics application available for them, meeting the analytics needs that they have. Could be as simple as a dashboard for a 360 view, could go more advanced as a planning, simulation capabilities, or even an AI-infused application as well. And we are going to bring those applications outside the box across all the line of businesses to really give a unique value proposition of data and insights. And it's quite cool because with a simple click, you can install those applications. And next to the applications, you activate an analytics layer, which is preparing the data for your analytics consumption, for your inside app, but also the data product and the mechanism that is bringing the data. So SAP is fully accountable from the source to the data on the platform to the insights generated upon that. Now, you know, pre-built content is nice, but people like to customize, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Of course, that's possible as well. With all the services on our platform, you can really start building your own views, adding SAP, non-SAP data on top of those products, or even connect new sources to it. How can you do that? Well, you can do it with SAP Datasphere. You can visualize or build your planning with SAP Analytics Cloud. You can do your machine learning or AI with the SAP Databricks. But what gets me most excited as well is now you can see there we have BW modernization. How many BW customers do we still have where they do nothing with their BW system? With Business Data Cloud, we can make it part of the innovation track, allowing them to generate data products from the info providers automatically. And that's truly changing the way we can add additional value for those BW users to what we can do before. Business Data Cloud, as you see, it's really an offering and it's built to integrate, which means partners will be able to build inside apps on SAP and non-SAP information. You can have third applications consuming the information. You can have an open data ecosystem where we can integrate nicely with, think about Colibra for an overarching catalog, think about the Databricks collaboration and many more. Google we also have as a collaboration partner there, many more. So it's really built to integrate all into one solution. What gets me most excited is just the value proposition. We have a path for the BW customers, very important. We bring together AI and machine learning next to the analytics capabilities that we already had on a scalable platform, and we bring together all SAP data of the SAP applications, the cloud applications, in a harmonized, semantically aligned way. This is truly unique. But this is what's getting me excited. What do you think from a partner point of view and your customer point of view?
Well, let's say the customers that I have talked to, they are excited, and let's say they're mainly excited about the fact that SAP keeps on investing in this SAP Data Analytics Cloud portfolio. So I think especially if we look at the number of subscriptions to this webinar, already shows that there is quite a lot of interest. We were above 100 subscriptions. On the other side, of course, the reality is as well that customers are asking, okay, quite excited about what is new, but let's say I already invested over the last, let's say, 2-3 years in SAP Data Analytics Cloud portfolio with SAP Analytics Cloud, with SAP Datasphere. What does it practically mean for me? Does something drastically is changing? So this is for me one of the key questions where I want to start.
And that's a good question. Before I head there, if you already have questions, don't hesitate to post them because I'm really looking forward to seeing what you are lying awake from. But the first question, indeed, what if we have customers that are investing in SAP Analytics Cloud and Datasphere. Because we have a lot of customers that already went on this innovation track with us. Are their investment lost? What should they do? Well, if you think about Business Data Cloud and if you look at the services, two of those services are SAP Datasphere and are SAP Analytics Cloud, which means they stay important for us. They stay part of the Business Data Cloud ecosystem. But what does it mean for a customer that already went onto the journey? Well, it means that we will look at ways of bringing that onto our platform. Could be like a rewiring system where we plug it from one contract into another contract so you can make use of the new Business Data Cloud features next to the standard capabilities that you already have. But still, those services from a Business Data Cloud perspective have added value. For example, with SAP Datasphere, like we can see here, you can combine SAP and non-SAP information. You have access to those SAP managed data products, but one of the nice cool things is if you do machine learning with Databricks, you have a result. That result is also generated as a data product. If you would like to build a view in SAP Analytics Cloud where you bring together the results, the forecast of your machine learning in Databricks and the SAP actual information, with Datasphere you can drag and drop it and maybe even add historical BW information or historical information from other sources as well, preparing it. What does it mean for customers that now are already on the Datasphere journey? Well, today they have two options. They either stay within SAP Datasphere, they have still benefits of innovations, we have a roadmap, or they can decide to already start adopting SAP Business Data Cloud because they saw some features in there, like the data products bringing added value, like the inside apps, or the fact that they can also have the Databricks component on there, where they are thinking, well, that would be a huge value for us. Then I would say, let's adopt Business Data Cloud. But today you still have that choice. And SAP Analytics Cloud, of course, their self-service capabilities, simulation planning, and we are going to fully infuse it with artificial intelligence and Business Data Cloud as well under the form of Joule.
Yeah. Okay, good. So if I can summarize it, let's say our customers can be reassured that they can kind of stay on, let's say, their current investment with SAP Analytics Cloud, with SAP Datasphere, but at their own pace they can start moving to Business Data Cloud.
Exactly.
Okay. Then talking about Datasphere, one of the key elements there is, let's say, the SAP business content, the accelerator for implementations. For me, the first time I heard about data products and insights, I thought it was again a new fancy name for the all-known business content, which we already knew from the past in BW. So, yeah, is it just a new fancy name?
Yeah, what is actually the difference? Inside apps, business content. I have heard this question before, and it's not a strange question because conceptually it looks the same, but fundamentally there's a big difference. First of all, the inside apps will go further than just a dashboard or a planning capability. They will also be like AI-infused applications as well. Now, they are built on top of our lines of businesses, and they are really built for a purpose. Take, for example, the HCM skills application. That's really to answer questions like, what is the gap of skills that we have? What is the skills that we actually have? Where can I find the skills within the organizations? These are questions a lot of our customers have, so we have pre-built an application for it that they can consume. When you activate that application, and this is where I meant fundamentally there's a big difference, you install the app, you activate and install the analytics models and the data products, and also the mechanism to bring the data into the data products. If you think about it from a business content point of view, there we see a differentiation, because with business content you had an analytics model, you had a connection to a system, but you still needed to activate the connection yourself. You needed to maintain the delta loading of the data loading. Even if we have optimized connectors, it was still your responsibility. With an inside app and data products, it's for the first time that SAP is fully vertically responsible from data to insight to really deliver immediate value, kind of data as a service, insights and value as a service as well. And if we do that across these lines of businesses, of course, you need a nice catalog where you can find everything in. In the catalog, you can see examples. What does it look like? What are the data products linked to it that will be activated, which you might need for use cases later yourself that you would like to build yourself as well. And we have a very nice roadmap. I think it will expand very fast over the coming period of inside applications, and of course with that data products that we will make available in the platform.
Okay, it really sounds promising to me. And okay, I think I now better understand the difference. But yeah, one of my key next questions would be like, okay, any customer is never 100% using the standard. So is there a way to customize? Can we like kind of copy and adapt these data products and insight apps?
That's a very good question, because indeed what SAP will do, it will bring two layers of data products. I think that's really the foundation. It's a bronze layer and it's a silver layer. The bronze layer, it's like the raw copy of the data. The silver layer already has some semantic enrichment on top, or kind of combining your master data, transactional data for a use case. Yeah. I think that's the foundation that we should start from, because it means that as a customer you don't need to worry about how does the data get there, what is the frequency, do I have duplicate errors, yes or no. That's SAP's responsibility. But from there, next to activating the standard content, you could take a copy of those inside apps and the objects below, or you can just start building your own flows on top with the services of Datasphere, SAP Analytics Cloud to visualize or build your planning, or even generate machine learning models with the SAP Databricks component. And that's really where the customization comes into place. The mindset should be, let's first have a look what is standard there, and then let's look, it's kind of clean core concept or kind of an S4HANA concept where you think about the embedded analytics. What is the standard that we can activate, that we can use before we start customizing it? Okay,
so customers who are already like using Datasphere, SAP Analytics Cloud today to build their own custom models, this is kind of reusable within a concept of Business Data Cloud, this kind of custom data products. And
what they do is fully reusable, and the differentiation will be they will now be able to do that in the same way on top of those SAP managed data products.
Okay, very clear. Then we shouldn't also forget our, let's say, more traditional SAP BW or BW4 customers. They were always kind of struggling on how to take this step towards the cloud. What are their options?
Should a BW customer move to Business Data Cloud, right? I think that's my most exciting component for myself, because I have been working with BW before, and there's a lot of value within the BW. By moving BW to Business Data Cloud, you can make it part of your innovation journey. And this is something we didn't have before. If you now have a BW, you have two options. You either move it into a private cloud, living it on its own, or you try to migrate to the BW bridge. If you're not a BW4 customer, you need to go to BW4. You need to check what is supported, because in the bridge you don't have support for BPC, for example. You don't have support for all the objects, for all the connections. If you move your BW into the private cloud environment of the Business Data Cloud, it has some additional value. If I'm a customer with BW 7.5 on HANA-kun, what is the end of maintenance date?
I think it's currently end of 2027. So
that's within 2 years. So if customers look at the BW system from a historical point of view, they will realize rebuilding that is way too complex, and there's a lot of innovation in there that we don't want to lose. If you lift and shift it to Business Data Cloud, you extend it to 2030, giving you 3 additional years to think about it as well. Then we can generate from those info providers data products. And those data products from a BW, they are even more advanced than the ones that we will bring out of the box, because they were already built for purpose. They have restricted measures, calculated measures. That's what we call a golden data product, out of the box with a few clicks. And this means BW becomes part of your innovation. You have the lift and shift to bring it towards Business Data Cloud, so you have the benefits of the SAP managed data products, and that's where the shift will happen. More and more use cases, what you do in BW now, will be replaced by what the SAP data products are doing. And it means that they come out of the box. You don't have to worry about the things you have built yourself. The role of BW might get a bit smaller, so you are fading out your BW maybe on a long term of view, but the credits that you get available from that you can use again for new innovations, like what if I would like to do machine learning on top of that BW system, or what if I would like to enrich it with other information. And this is truly, for me, BW modernization. It's part of what you can do in the future and now with new capabilities.
So it's really adopting the cloud's innovations truly, but without losing, let's say, this historical investment. So
exact, and in the most efficient way, so you don't have to think about big migration paths that might be needed.
Okay, Then, yeah, it was already mentioned a couple of times, but this SAP Databricks, it's quite interesting because we also have some customers who have next to their SAP, let's say, technology stack also using Databricks. Yeah, what is SAP Databricks exactly, and how can we compare it towards, let's say, a Databricks which is running on an hyperscaler?
Well, what is SAP Databricks? SAP Databricks is a service of Databricks running inside Business Data Cloud. Before, if we wanted to have the data engineers or the machine learning persons on board that worked with Databricks, the options were limited. Now we have an environment of Databricks running inside Business Data Cloud. This means that they can now do their machine learning tasks or data engineering tasks directly on top of the SAP managed data products without having to take a copy of the data. Remember the story of the library in the book? They can now take that book instead of the pages and start working from that book to start generating, for example, a forecast as well. Yeah. But it's also important to understand we don't take over all the functionalities of the Databricks. For example, workflows is one of those functionalities that we don't have within the SAP Databricks. Yeah. So we are not looking in migrating existing Databricks to Business Data Cloud, not at all. We see them really as coexisting. Every customer that already has a Databricks will now have the ability with SAP Business Data Cloud and the SAP Databricks to, for example, with the Unity catalog, start sharing those data products amongst each other. We will be able to see the SAP Business Data Cloud data products, whether it's SAP Managed or Custom or BW generated, but also the data products coming from the Unity catalog from Databricks. And within the external Databricks, they will see then the data products from Business Data Cloud, truly integrating the two components together with a delta sharing mechanism. So no data needs to be copied.
Yeah, because that's a typical challenge of our customers running Databricks, that they need to kind of use the typical replication flows or ETL software to get this data physically copied, and then with the consequence of losing all the semantics which is on top of this data. So yeah, I think this is a great innovation, and also the fact that SAP customers were actually lacking this machine learning AI, or at least custom machine learning AI, let's say, components that they could build themselves, where they want to combine this SAP structured data with some semi-structured, unstructured data. So I think this is truly an added value in the whole data analytics portfolio. So
I believe that as well, and I think if they now do machine learning, they have the perfect data foundation to start from, because it's an SAP managed data foundation. No one else will be able to deliver it in that perfect form as we are able to do, harmonized across our lines of businesses.
Yeah, and what is actually the role of Business Data Cloud in a more broader AI context? There is a lot of talk about EULA, about this agentic AI agents. So yeah, what is the exact role of Business Data Cloud there?
Well, if you remember in the beginning I mentioned we want to bring applications, data and AI together like never before, and the data platform combined with AI is a crucial component for that. Why? Well, first of all, when we go to the agentic AI, and I can talk for hours about it, but let's keep that one for a separate session. But the main idea is you have different AI capabilities that can collaborate with each other. Every AI capability has its own expertise. Like we are discussing with each other. Now, these agents, they need information. They need properly good SAP data, for example, or non-SAP data to work upon. Well, you could use those agents, build them yourselves, and assign data products to them. So that's where the Business Data Cloud already plays a role in bringing the best quality data to those agentic AI agents to have really good insights. But another one is also the knowledge graph. Because to be able to have large language models query your information, they need to be able to browse further. I compare this with movies. If I ask what is the top 10 action movies today, it's a simple question because I just need one data set. What are the movies that we have? But if I would ask, for example, what are the top 10 movies that are action and that are created in Belgium, I need also information from production houses, for example, which means that the large language model needs to be able to go from my first data set towards the other data set where the location information of the production houses is in. That is what a knowledge graph will do. It will allow large language models, because it's aligning semantically the information, linking it together, and it will make sure that the large language models can browse that information, like going through a library and looking for all the books that you need to find the correct answer. And that's the role that Business Data Cloud will play to make AI successful.
Okay, then we're really looking forward to the knowledge graph within, let's say, Business Data Cloud, because it will be essential for, indeed, the Gen AI evolution.
Exact. And in the beginning, we will release it on top of the SAP data, but even later, we will bring capabilities to customize it also on SAP data.
And I think it's quite important for those knowledge graphs that the data below is also of proper quality.
Exact, not only for the knowledge graph, but mainly also for your AI to find the proper answer and to make sure if you get an answer, it's an answer you can trust, that the quality that it was based upon is also the correct quality.
Okay, very good. Maybe before we dive into the questions, 2 key elements that customers should remember from Business Data Cloud?
Only 2?
Yeah.
Well, I would say definitely your BW modernization. If you have a BW system, make it part of your innovation. And I think the second one is just overall, it is truly a leap in what we have done, because now we can really bring data as a service, no matter what the use case is, whether it's out of the box or customized. Your quality that you get of your data is unseen as before, delivered by SAP.
Okay, thanks Stan. So I hope already you get some more information about, let's say, what Business Data Cloud is and some basic questions. But let's now move into, let's say, some questions which are, there in the chat. Let me quickly move. What does mean SAP Databricks will be part of the GA version?
Well, we are officially April, so in this month, Business Data Cloud will become general available. This means that as of then, the SAP Databricks service is also available onto the Business Data Cloud environment to be used.
Yeah, and so also commercially available.
Exact.
All right. When can I start to explore SAP Business Data Cloud?
Well, I would say for me, as soon as possible, I hope we got you excited about it. If you want to explore, together with the partner, we can set up sessions to get you more into the depth. This was more like a high level, what is inside, but we can really go into depth to show you a bit what are the services, what are the use cases, and start exploring what it could mean for you, so you can also start exploring Business Data Cloud.
But let's say officially as of April, when it's general available, let's say customers can start, let's say, talking to their SAP.
Even before, we can already start the conversation today.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe a next question. It's quite a long question. So this new SAP announcement sounds promising, but looking at the broader market, also a bit late, and another sub-strategy change. Hence this question, how ready and mature is this new offering today? Fully mature? All S4 data connectors are available, or more announcing the roadmap of what will come?
I think this is an important question. It's now announced. First of all, it's important to have the technical backbone. That's coming very soon with the GA. As of then, I see that the data products and the inside apps, they will expand rapidly. We have a very active roadmap, and you will see that we will start with, I thought around, don't pin me to the number, 4 inside apps just to start, but you will see in the next release that we already are expanding a lot with even more than 100 data products. So it is just about having the solution, and then it's like with the generative AI use cases, if you see how fast we are delivering those, it will be the same with the inside apps and the data products. It will go very fast. What we needed to do, of course, is we needed to change a bit the foundation of our core systems. This is why it took us some time to make sure that they can deliver that data in a harmonized way onto the platform. Because today, a lot of them were acquisitions and we're still working with their own databases. We have been working throughout a couple of years ago to make sure that they are having the proper foundation to bring that data in a nice harmonized form. But for me, that's a bit, it's the maturing of the platform that will grow, but there is immediate value. The immediate value is already with the BW, moving it there. The immediate value is already by being able to use the Databricks service upon there, and then the longer we are on the route, the more value will come with the more data products that will come available.
Yeah, and here they also mention, let's say, a sub-strategy change. It's kind of also more an evolution of the current cloud strategy.
Exact. For me, it's an evolution, but it's a big leap because it's still based upon the foundation of a data fabric. But we just saw when we looked at the consumers of a data fabric, being machine learning, being AI, we had some troubles there. And especially with the agentic AI, we needed those data products. We needed that harmonized data. So that's for me, it is like you say, it's an evolution, but for me, it's really a big leap that we are taking there.
Okay, good. Let's maybe take another question. Not much is communicated about pricing. Now, that is GA expects this to be also more clear.
We can definitely already have conversations about the pricing. Of course, every situation depends on what the pricing will be, whether you need the insight apps or whether you need custom data products for your BW environment. Do you need the BW environment, yes or no? Which services are you going to consume? All of that will determine a bit the pricing of the solution. So, but we can already have these conversations to give you some more insights and clarity about the pricing if needed.
Yeah, and definitely we as a partner can also be contacted about more information about this pricing. In general, what we already understood from SAP is that customers who are currently running on Datasphere and SAP Analytics Cloud, at a certain moment they will just be able to convert their current licenses into Business Data Cloud. So no change there expected. Can we migrate flows from our actual BW for HANA to BDC? Same questions for stories in SAC.
I think for SAP Analytics Cloud, it is just a rewire. So you don't have to migrate those components. You will be able to plug and play it into, plug and drop it into the new contract, giving you immediate value. So it's not about a migration. It's not about the flows that you have for the BW. The same, you lift and shift it into a private cloud environment in Business Data Cloud. So the way the data gets into the info provider, it's exactly the same. And the magic happens afterwards. When you generate the data product, even if you have new data, there will be an automatic loading to the data product to make sure that you can make use of that BW data without having to worry exactly about that migration aspect. The only thing we need to consider is that if you have a 7.5 on HANA, you also might need to think about, depending on where you are, what you would like to do. Do I need to migrate to a BW4 into the private cloud? It's not a must, but it can give some added value there.
Yeah. So clear, like SAC, Datasphere, BW can be kind of lift and shifted into Business Data Clouds.
BW lift and shift, Datasphere, SAP Analytics Cloud,
rewiring. Yeah. So no drastic changes there.
No drastic changes there.
All right.
We really want to make it effortless for our customers to start adopting Business Data Cloud.
Okay.
Let's see. Do we have another question?
Okay. So then, thanks for attending this webinar. Like I already said, we will share the recording afterwards for downloads. I think it's a topic on which we will inform you more over the next months, which we will expect also more evolution. But now I want to thank you, wish you a nice day, and also thanks Stan for being here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.